Drink, 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 drink.
Chomp, chomp.
Everyone, there's none of that prosecco left after all them crits, Evie.
I know, right? Welcome back, everyone. How you all doing? So, I hope you had a lovely little break. I hope your wee was the greatest wee of all time. I hope your cigarette was the greatest cigarette of all time. And I hope your cup of tea was the greatest cup of tea of all time. But now, welcome back here on the very 12th episode of Waterdeep Mallrats, Blackstar Lane, part 2. So, you guys, yeah, we just had a bit of a crazy one. And I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat who is dutifully helping everyone out. I hate you all.
Yes. we are co-sabotaging the DM, and I'm so here for it.
Yeah. So throw me a disadvantage. I hate you all.
Joe's
Apart
becoming
from
like
Mama
a
Thorpe, I love Mama Thorpe. Mama Thorpe, I love you.
I'm just waiting for the time when you get told off by your mum on the stream. Like, that's what I'm waiting for. That's the moment that I'm waiting for.
I know, and it's gonna be so bad. Oh my word. Yeah, so I think you guys have on the chat have had a big influence on the game so far, and I really love it. I love it so hard. So keep it coming, keep spending those points, and yeah, it's gonna be good fun. We've got a few things to kind of do beforehand. I think it'd be great to talk about subscribing and stuff. Actually, should we do that? Yeah, let's do that.
So we're just about getting to the end of one of our months with a lot of you guys who subscribed with the tier 1 subscription, whether that be a paid one or whether that be through Twitch Prime. If you've got Amazon Prime, or if you know anyone who has Amazon Prime, you can link your Twitch account to that and then get a free tier 1 subscription. So you'll get your Tunk Club. You'll get more points for that, and also it costs no one apart from Jeff Bezos any money. However, you can also gift subscriptions, as we've had a couple of people do on here as well. You can ping someone a tier 1 subscription. Maybe you've already sent them a little trailer of ours or one of the things and said, hey, come and be a geek together with me this day. Here's a free thing for a month. That's another thing you can do. Also, in terms of, I don't know if you guys have spotted, but in the chat, Mr. Mark Jefford, the Neomancer himself, is doing wonders right now, learning our algorithm and learning how to mine points by chatting and keeping the stream open and engaging. The more things you do in the chat, the more those points build up, and the more chances you have to fuck over Joe Thorpe.
Exactly.
And who doesn't want that?
Yep. So even like the wonderful Darren is just showing off something that you get for subscribing, where you get your wonderful Tunk Club emoji. Who doesn't want more emojis? Everyone wants more emojis. So yes, you have your Tunk Club. So if you have a Tunk Club, show your Tunk Club and show us all how much you're subscribing. Let's get as many clubs out as possible.
Get clubs out.
Get clubs out. I think it's worth having a look, actually, because sometimes you're not sure if you need to renew, so check it for the lads. Thanks, Joe. So check out your subscription and just make sure that you are continually subscribing with us. I think Bevan's renewed hers at the beginning of the stream, so that's great. So we got 2 clubs out. Yeah. If you like a lot of chocolate, your biscuit, join our Tongue Club. So that's great.
Oh yeah, that's very true, Darren. If you use it too much, you're allowed to show your club, but if you do too many clubs in one line, the Nightbot will shut you down.
The Nightbot will come.
Yeah, there's a very, very high passive perception and a very high AC, and will not hesitate to stop you from doing that. So yeah, use your club conservatively, friends.
Exactly. And if you do continue supporting, I think your next one up, I think, will be a Watchers emoji, and I think after that would be the Blades emoji as well. So I think they do continue going. So yeah, to continue to subscribe to us.
That's so cool.
Nice. There was something else that I was going to say. Oh yes, saboteurs. So last week I had a wonderful chat with Mr. Alex Bell. This week on Thursday, I'm going to be having a chat with a fantastic friend of mine who's I think is watching now. They were watching earlier, which is Liam with the beard. So we'll be talking to Liam Fleming on Thursday about characters, about monkdom, about me screwing them over instead of them screwing me over, and about other role plays as well. So do come and join us on Thursday, 7:00, right here on Twitch, for the Saboteurs as well. Shall we crack on? Shall we carry on?
We shall.
We
Let's do it.
shall. Okay, good. So you've got these bodies of these 3 crocodiles in front of you. I just want to see if you want to do anything with them while you're here.
Is there anything useful that's going to be on a... I've stuck my hand inside it. There's nothing inside.
Mama thought was talking about skinning them earlier, so I don't know if that's something you want to do.
I'm going to try and pull a tooth out.
Okay. So let's do a little strength check and let's see if you can pull it out.
Just for the laugh, because
Poke him with a stick. Yes.
12.
Yeah, I'll let you pull a tooth out for 12.
Yeah.
But you also poke it with a stick.
Yeah. Just as I walk past, just with the staff.
Yeah, stand by me. Poke it with a stick. So you kind of give it a prod. It's like that eye just sort of staring. And it's got toilet paper on its head. As you look across at Arba, he's sort of like,
and he's still kind of sitting on the floor. His clothes now like kind of raggedy and torn, and he stinks, and the blood is mixing with the sewage water, and he's trying his best to get it all off. He eventually kind of like puts his hand on the nearby wall and brings himself to his feet. Not being able to see the rest of the group around him, he just says, "How long have I been out?"
Not long.
Right. We best get moving. There's not a lot of time. Thank you. Again.
Do you want us to lead on this time?
Yeah. If that's all right.
Pups just silently walks away and it's looking to make sure that Oshi's safe.
and then you take like one step away, and Arba's like, oh, but he can't see you. So he's
Tries not to look panicked.
as from behind you, an arm kind of goes onto your shoulder. From behind, this sort of big, sort of heavy set hand kind of sits onto your shoulder.
Baggy grabs hold of, she's got some hempen rope, which just like uncoils and gives one end to Arba and holds on to the other.
Thanks. And you can, for those that can see well in the dark, you can see that Arbor's face has fallen. Any of that kind of like cheeky spark that used to inhabit him has been bitten out of him quite severely.
Baggy just says, let's hope that's the last thanks of the day from you.
Oshi's come down towards Pups and has met him at the bridge.
Yeah, and you see Pups like step onto and over the head of the crocodile.
I think I'm going to stand on the crocodile so I'm closer to head height.
Well, you're more like here.
Yeah.
Remember,
I didn't
she's
say
like
at
6
head height, I
foot.
said
She's
closer.
6 foot high. So you're not quite head height. But it's the tallest you felt for a long time.
Yeah.
Oshi says, we have to go over this bridge to get around there. The other side's a dead end.
All right.
Are we committed to saving the Dragonborn?
What's your alternative?
Sorry, mate, could you say that again?
I said, what's your alternative?
Cut our losses, save our equipment, and go back to the whack and hide.
Not a bad idea, but I think we've got a real chance to really strike some advantage here. We go away, we hide. People have time to recover. The Watchers, the Blades, they're in disarray at the moment.
And they probably think we're dead in the fire.
Yeah.
Let's just hope we don't die down here because of the human.
I'm not going to make the same mistake twice.
Okay. And she's going to start walking over this bridge.
Okay. So you kind of go over to the bridge, and you see the bridge is fairly tiny, actually. It's quite a thin-looking bridge. Can you do a perception check for me, please? And as Baggy and Arba sort of come up from behind.
Oh my god, and that one.
Cool. You see the bridge looks great. So you start walking across it. So you get to about halfway across, and you put your foot down, and you stand on this kind of piece of slime. You do a dex saving throw for me, please.
Seven.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, she's going to be so mad when she's 30.
So your foot, and you slip, and you just fall straight into the water, and you guys just hear a splash. As you go in, unfortunately, as you fall in, you breathe in as you fall into the sewage. And you kind of like your head comes back out of the water, and you like spit out all the sewage. Can you? Yes, I am. Oh no, it's happened. Mum's told me off.
No.
Yay, Mama Thor!
Yes, Mama Thor.
That's not fair. She's just,
Right,
cool. She was.
I've been sick of. She's in.
So
in
Mama Thorpe has used the greatest power of all.
round the DM.
Which is told the DM off. So you get advantage on this Constitution saving throw.
Yes, Mama Thor.
Is it? It's not poison in the water then.
No, it's not. It's just general fucking horribleness. All right, 12. So you're absolutely fine. So you kind of like go up and the clubs come out. There we go. So you manage to kind of come out, and you don't feel unwell from it. It's a bit kind of like, but you're okay. As you kind of climb out the other side.
And she shoots a look to Pups as if like, don't fucking say anything. While she drinks some water.
Okay, cool. So the other guys, you start walking across, oblivious that there's a slippy side there. So, Pups, could you do a dex saving throw for me?
But surely Pups has just seen me and heard me fall in now.
He heard you fall in, but he doesn't know why.
Oh, okay. Well, she's not going to say.
So you gonna do that dex saving throw?
Save, yeah?
Yes, please.
Oh god. We used up all the good rolls.
You did. As you fall into the water. Okay. So you kind of take a breath as you fall in. Splish splash. Yep, splish splash. I was taking a bath. In somebody else's poo poo. So can you do a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
I take a breath as well.
Yay! He comes out cleaner than when he went in.
Very, very nice. Yeah, it's that thing of like, when you're supposed to drink somebody else's urine, and it's apparently really good for you.
That's only Bear Grylls.
Or is it your own? Or is it your own wee? I can't remember.
No, never your own. Is it? You piss out all your toxins.
So we can see that people are already preemptively sorting you out, Arba.
I've already got 2 advantages. I've already got 2.
Oh, Bevins has just given us all like a bridge savior kit. We got Pups, Baggy, and Arbor all from Bevins.
She did the lot. There
Yeah.
you go. Spaff out those 2.5k.
Currently.
All right, cool. So, Pups, you kind of climb out the other side.
And I'll shout out and say, careful! I think there's one of them grubs on the bridge.
All right, so you guys look out for a grub.
Are we swimming across, Baggy?
Not if I can help it.
Why do I keep hearing a sound of splashing?
Well, I don't know, do I?
All right.
Baggy's gonna make her way over. She's pulling Arbor behind her, almost like she's on a lead. Just like, And she's gonna make her way over the bridge.
Okay, cool. So can you do a perception check now? Because now you're looking for a grub.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm looking for a grub, and I.
Cool. You don't see a grub, but you do see a very shiny patch on the floor. So you ignore it and you kind of climb over it. However, Arbor, can you do a perception check with disadvantage, please, to see if you see it?
I'd love to. Yeah. Skadoosh.
Oh,
Yeah, you see it as well, and you climb over.
Looks like there's a slippery bit here, guys. Just careful for coming back.
And that like digs into you, Oshi. That hurts.
And he's not saying it to take the piss. He legitimately is trying to be helpful.
Oh, she hasn't taken it that way.
That's fine. I didn't expect her to.
Okay. So you can see that you kind of climb across the other side of the bridge, and the pathway sort of stops. You can't see exactly. He can't see anything, but he managed to do it, Mamathorpe, through the darkness.
The dice.
The dice did it, Mamathorpe. So essentially, what happened is he did a perception check, and rolled, He rolled twice, taking the lowest number, but the lowest number was high enough for him to see it, so he still manages to see it. It's sort of like if somebody walks every day somebody walks past and a piano falls from the sky and it happens to fall behind them. It's that kind of idea. I
think Arbor's taking very considered steps from here on out as well.
It's I know a better way of thinking about this. When you're cooking and you put something in that you know shouldn't work, or sometimes by accident, and it is the greatest invention of cooking that's ever existed. That's essentially what's happened to Arbor just then. It's like he accidentally sorted it out. So rolling a 12 was enough. Cool. Do you want to move yourself, Rob, to the? You can't, can you? Let me move.
Can you move me?
Yeah,
because
sure.
I don't know which direction I'm supposed to head. Oh, that way. Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right, cool. So you come across the other side, and Pups, you notice that the kind of pathway stops to the north. But we'll continue down to the southeast. And I think, Baggy, you can see that there's a little, almost looks like a doorway that leads kind of over here.
Yeah.
That you see kind of opens up into another direction.
So it's dead end where I am.
Dead end where you are, yep.
Cool. I'll just call that out and start coming back towards the group.
Baggy calls out that there's another direction down towards the south, and she suggests that maybe Pups has a go, seeing as she's currently with the pet.
It's like you got him on like a gimp. You got a gimp on the string.
Every time it goes to talk, Baggy just gives it a yank in a random direction.
Baggy.
There's so many different things I can think of with yank.
It's because of Pulp Fiction, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Pups will like squeeze past using his like diminutive form, like squeeze up against between Arbor and the wall to get past, and sort of make like an animal or a bug noise as he goes past.
Fucking hell.
This is so cruel. It's literally, there's episode of 9/9 when Boyle is like completely covered in a mask and can't get it off. And someone touches him and he freaks out because he can't see anything. I think it's like that. Like Arbor's in. You got to think of it this way, guys. You guys are all fine seeing black and white world in this underground, but he is in a dark, smelly, terrifying place where there's crocodiles everywhere.
He's knocked unconscious twice, in a crocodile's mouth twice, and
Had a
underneath
bug
the sewage water.
And had a bug underneath his skin.
Yeah, this is why Arbor didn't want to go into the sewer.
I think when you consider what the rest of us went through in 5 or 6 episodes ago, I think you could possibly call it a role reversal.
Nah, I can't. Port Arbor. That's what I think.
You know, we were quite literally eating the shit beforehand, and now he can now for a bit on behalf of all the blades.
Yeah. Okay. Let's carry on with the story.
Let's
then,
move
shall
on.
we?
Okay. So Pups is going to very carefully walk down this way, looking out for hazards.
Okay, cool. Let's do a perception. If it's lower than 17, then I'll take your passive.
Oh yeah, is that what that means? Amazing. At 22.
Right.
Sweet.
Yeah, there's a few like spots, but you think you're fine because this is quite a wide walkway.
Okay.
And you kind of make your way down to this kind of like doorway to the southeast.
To there.
Yeah. You kind of stick your head in and you see that there's a very large, well, not large, it's sort of 15 by 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 by 35 feet room. It's definitely built, probably engineered, but there is a big pile of bones to the south that you can see. Also, something is glowing inside of it as well.
Okay, so I'm gonna head back, retracing my steps, and whispered. Go on.
So I'm just seeing Darren's sort of message, which is Pups hides behind the corner and gently rubs Arba's leg for funsies.
Hey, Pups might want to scare, but Pups would never want to break consent. Okay.
Okay, cool. So you kind of make your way back up to Arba and the gang.
Yeah, and say the first word being slightly sudden, just another opportunity to possibly scare someone, and just say down the way. There's a, but then like it's keeping fairly harsh. Down the way, there's another room. There's some bones, but there's also something shiny. I think what do we do? Do we bum rush it?
Baggy just looks at Oshi to see what her reaction is to the word shiny.
Oshi has been kind of wringing out her cloak, but stops and feels like she can't smell the sewage that is surrounding her whole being anymore because she heard the word shiny. And you can see the glint of her like greeny yellow eyes just fixated on Pups. And she says, let's go.
All right. So we stealthily make our way in.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's do some stealth checks. So can I get stealth from everybody, please?
Again.
9 for Pups.
Oh, nailed it, mate.
I'm gonna use my advantage for that. Thanks, Bevins.
13.
18.
Oh my god.
16. 16.
You take the 16.
Oh yeah, 16 advantage.
Okay, cool. So you guys kind of like, you all did pretty well there, actually. So you kind of make your way into the room. I'm just going to move you guys in there so you can see.
Okay, loose turn, but fine.
You kind of make your way in and you see this big pile of like bones at the end of the room to the south. But you also see within it is something glowing. Like
within
actually
the bone.
glowing.
So Arbor can see it as well.
So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give me a second. I've got a torch, yes. There we go. It's not the ball. I'm just putting the ball out there just to help you see. Actually, if I do this, actually, give me a sec. Control X and then Control C. Let's do that. Sorry, give me a sec. There we go. So now, Arba, you should see that as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so you see this kind of glowing light inside this kind of pile of bones.
Baggy's very intrigued and would like to do an arcana check on it.
I'm going to let you do a perception because you're not touching it yet.
Okay, so perception check is a 7. I mean, I could use my advantage.
You got one from Bevins.
I do have one from Bevins. Oh, no, screw it. I'm going to use my advantage. Yeah. Thank you, Bevins.
20.
24.
Right.
Great,
Oh.
great. Okay, so you see the type of glow that comes from it makes you think of that it is a non-natural, non-fire based light, and possibly is a magic object that is causing the light itself. But you're not sure what type of magic object it is. Exactly, Ferg. Yes, a light source for Arbor. It's almost like I designed this in a way.
I swear that they give it to Arbor or not is a different story.
Yeah, completely different story. But yes, but with that perception as well, Baggy, you notice that these piles of bones, there's at least 2 humanoid, like enough for 2 humanoids in this bones.
Okay.
And they seem to be lying in formation as if all the bones are in the right places.
Intriguing. Baggy turns to the group and says, well, actually it's not anything you can monetize, but it might be a source of light for our dear friend Arbor here. But there's something not right about those bones.
What do you mean?
Well, given the magic that it's giving off, I'm not 100% sure it's going to be as easy as going and taking it.
Arbor, stand back then.
Arbor does as he's told.
Yeah, you do.
Baggy's learnt some shit while she's been away.
Well. Yeah, I kind of want to approach it with caution. Approach the bones with caution. And basically, can I ready myself for something?
Yeah, sure. What would you like to ready yourself for?
Baggy's gonna ready herself for if the bones basically move, as if they're gonna reform an attack. Oh gosh, not much I can do here. Probably a Tunks Club. Why not? Just gonna ready Tunks Club.
Okay, gonna ready a club. If anything kind of moves towards you. Yeah.
I think I'll ready a dart as well.
Okay, cool. Anybody else could do anything?
I'll ready an arrow.
Cool. So you all stand there.
If they attack,
Arbor will just be ready for more crocodiles.
Pointing at this kind of pile of bones, and you all just stand there.
Yeah. As Baggy slowly moves forward towards.
Okay, cool. So you kind of like, I can imagine this kind of like, this is what I'm going to imagine anyway. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. You kind of like start making your way forward. And as you get to here, those goddamn bones begin to move. All right. I'm going to let you guys have all of your hold actions now. So we've got, let me think, a dart.
Mm-hmm.
So you see 2 skeletons like rise up from this pile of bones. One on the left here, and one on the right. And left and right. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, left and right. Yes. But I'm mirrored. That doesn't work. Okay, cool. The wonders of streaming. So let's go with Pups, Baggy, and then Oshi. So
okay.
Pups.
So I'm going to go for the one nearest the rest of the group. So the one that's left appearing on the screen. Do you get advantage? Is this a surprise round?
It's not necessarily a surprise round because they moved because you moved in.
Cool.
So yeah, they know who you are.
So straight roll. Such a shame. 11.
No, that misses, I'm afraid. So then we go to Baggy. The hold action.
Club 20.
20. So that, which one are you going for?
The one on the left that's closest to the rest.
The same one. So the dart kind of comes in Misses, it's ching, and kind of bounces off the back, and then you fire off the club. Okay, so you're gonna. All right, cool. We're gonna hold you because you're still waiting for things to come close to you.
Okay, cool.
All right. So we're gonna go to Oshi because you were a ranged attack, wasn't it?
19.
19, that hits. So which one was it?
The one on the left, the one that Pup's just gone for the dart. So as the dart goes in, then this zips past for 7.
Great. So it kind of like fires in, and you kind of get stuck into a rib cage, and you kind of like it just sort of hangs there in the rib cage. As we go into initiative, please.
Woo!
Okay, let's get rid of that. Bellington's 1.
Oh my god. Pops has got the worst initiative.
Literally, we've gone through so much of this adventure, and you've just been nailing it, and then suddenly we get into here. All right, so we all done?
Yep.
So we got Oshi at 20, Arbor at 12, Skeletons at 11, Skeletons at 9, and then Baggy and Pups at the end. So pretty much what we had last time, except for Baggy and Pups have switched round. And yeah, that is it's literally exactly what it was. All right. So Oshi.
Oshi's going to hide in the doorway there.
Okay, so I'm going to say that you can only see this one.
Yeah, that's the only one I can see so far. And she's going to use her short bow for 14.
Cool, so you're hiding. Let's go back. Let's go through this. So you're hiding. So let's just do the whiz and the stealth just to make sure.
Okay.
Oof.
Oh.
Come on.
Come on, Oshi.
Yeah, nailed it. Okay, cool. So you're hidden. We'll take the 14 because it hits anyway. So you take the sneak attack as well on the top of that one. So let's see what the damage is.
So it's 3 and a 9, it says.
3 and 9. 3 and 9. So that is 12. Great. So this thing looks like proper screwed over.
Wow.
Already. She kind of like, and it goes through its eye socket, and it causes a crack at the back of its skull.
Nice.
Okay, Arbor.
Arbor.
You can see, can't you? Because you can actually see what's going on.
I can see what's happening right now. Yeah, this is a whole new experience for me. Arbor's gonna see these two, and they're skeletons. Is that correct?
Yeah, two skeletons at the end.
Well, he's gonna look to the one that's just been hit by Oshi, and he's gonna go, "Don't you fucking belong in some science class biology demonstration?" And he's gonna use vicious mockery.
All right, cool. What do you need? Wisdom.
Wisdom. It's not gonna do much. Yeah, DC 13.
Which one was it?
The left one was the one that got hit by Oshi.
Just now.
The right one.
The right one. That
just
got hit.
That just got hit. Yeah.
Do you know what? How does
you bastard, you stole that off me.
How does telling off a skeleton kill it? You tell me how that goes.
Well, any sort of sentience it has due to magic or a curse or whatever, it's holding its weapon, and then it looks down at itself and then drops its weapon, and then with the remaining arm pops its left arm off. With that arm pops its leg off and just disassembles itself. Just the skull is left on the floor looking sad.
In the dark, dark town, there was a dark, dark house. In the dark, dark house, there's a dark, dark stair. Down the dark, dark stair, 3 skeletons lived, except for one, because he killed the other 2 out of despair and then took himself apart and sat on the floor and cried.
That's it. Arbor seems genuinely surprised that that insult had any effect. But it cheers him up a bit.
Exactly. Thanks for that, Dan. Only a flesh wound. Absolutely. Mama Thorpe's like, yeah, it dies of boredom.
Oh, Mama Thorpe. Wow. Fucking hell.
So good. Okay, so you got rid of 1. Well done, Arbor. First kill. First take of the kill. Very, very nice. Okay, and then we're going to go to Skeletons. So Skeleton's going to move forward. Let's use that club attack then, please.
Yeah.
God, Baggy.
Right, here we go. And fadump.
Yep, that
87.
hits.
Woohoo!
For one.
Hits for 1.
Okay, great. So it kind of walks forward and you clump it round the side with a tunk club. But then the skeleton is going to attack you. As you attacked it. So it's going to use a short sword. Oh, misses. So it rolls for 6 and misses. Alrighty. So we're back around. That skeleton is dead. So Baggy is now in front of you.
Well, that all seemed to happen so quickly. So it's almost like she swiped one way, it swiped at her, and then almost like
A backhand.
returning backhand. Yeah.
Serena Williams.
And it's a 20.
Oh, yes.
Gee.
It's for 1.
One's better than nothing.
Yep. So you take out its 3rd rib.
Yeah.
It's like
Pings off.
like pings off and goes off into the darkness. But Arba sees it land in the corner. He's like, I can see that.
Yeah. I know what's going on now.
No more FOMO.
And it sort of lands into the corner. Anything else you'd like to do, Baggy?
Yeah, she's going to run away a little bit.
Right, cool. So you're going to move backwards?
Yeah, she's going to go.
Okay, Skeleton's going to take a opportunity attack. 11.
Oh.
Does that hit?
Oh, no, I don't think it does. Hang on, wait, let me check though, double check. No, it doesn't hit.
Great. So it swipes at you as you move and it misses. Okay, Pups, you have now got a skeleton that is about 5 feet away from you. Happens to be in range.
Oh, I wonder what on earth we shall be doing. Well, firstly, Pups is just sort of looking at Arba and looking at the other skeleton.
Who's still crying.
I don't know, mate.
It's crying in
then,
death. Like you can see like this like dusted skull, and it's like still this watered little. Shouldn't have gone to art school. So sort of keeps crying.
Yeah, so Pups will with the quarterstaff just like one-handed, almost like reverse grip, boom, straight in the side.
I love the fact that you can actually describe the like reverse grip, or all like reverse grip. And actually, you're the only one who understands what reverse grip actually is.
Like this.
I love it.
Because in case you guys don't know, Mr. Dan Bowman is incredibly skilled with weapons, actually, in real life. IRL.
Yeah, and I think let's not even say anything more than that, Joe. Let's just say that I'm extremely skilled in weapons IRL and leave the actual context away.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
Actually, I'm gonna see if this one hits, and then
explain what it does afterwards. Oh!
After all that.
Wow.
All right, so it's going to take an attack on you then.
That's what happens when you go reverse grip down.
Yeah, man.
15, does that hit?
No, it does not.
Oh, and it misses. So it like swipes at you. And you're like, oof, as it kind of comes into your kind of in a mid-body, but you manage to kind of move out of the way. It was aiming for your knees, but being so short, it managed to kind of jump out of the way.
Oh, that's...
How can I give advantage? Mama Thorpe's asking how she can give advantage to Pups. Yeah, so there should be points that you can kind of click at the bottom if you want to kind of give advantage to any of the characters. We kind of missed the opportunity there, Mama Thorpe, unfortunately. But you should see a couple of like sabotage bombs at the bottom of the chat. If not, I can always see you this week because I always get to talk to my mummy in the week, and we can.
You educating your mum live on a stream on D&D is possibly the most adorable thing. Absolutely fills my heart with joy.
I love having Mama Thorpe on this stream. It's my favorite thing.
It's so.
Okay, so you had an attack, you missed, and it
bonus
attacked
action?
you and missed, and then you got your bonus action.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, that hits.
For 5.
Oh, good. So tell me how that looks. What that looks like.
Ah, great. So I think.
Oh God, I just lost you guys. Sorry, I've just managed to use Google to completely wipe the screen.
Oh,
that's
we're
what I
still
do.
here.
Oh no, everything else is working fine. It's just me. So I've just kind of lost everything. Okay, so you go through.
Sucks being in the dark, doesn't it, Joe?
All right, cool. So big rock falls from the sky. I'm sure I get disadvantaged because of the people tell me I get disadvantaged, but a rock falls from the sky and hits you. So so tell me what that looks like, please.
So a wild swing with the quarterstaff, still figuring it out as a new weapon. It misses. Pups manages to like lean back out of the way of the attack and continues the momentum and just back fists it across the jaw, and the head comes clean off and just hits the wall and just smashes.
Yeah.
What does a back fist look like, just for someone who doesn't know how to use?
There you go. Joe's got it.
The back fist kind of comes in, and as you kind of hit the jaw, it goes bong. And you think about the monk as you kind of crack through, as the head kind of falls across and smacks onto the side and lands onto possibly the only clean stone in the entire sewer, as you remember a certain monk.
Is it dirty now?
It's now dirty. Yeah, it's got.
Let's go and take a brush.
Cool. So you guys come out of turn order, and you see this kind of pile. There's now a new pile of bones, and you see something kind of glowing in the back corner. As you kind of wander over, who's going to go and have a look?
Baggy's going to go and check out.
So let's do first thing an investigation, and let's have a check.
Investigation.
Yes, please. 24. Great.
Ooh,
So you find two sets of things really. So give me the loot. It's my new thing. Give me the loot. So Baggy shouts, "Ah!" And you find 10 gold pieces. You also find an opaque mottled deep blue gem worth 10 gold pieces. 4 of them that worth 10 gold pieces each. You also see this. As you find what is called a drift globe. Let me just get the other one so you guys can see it. You find a drift globe. So essentially, it's still lit as you speak now, but essentially it's a big globe, and you pick it up. So can you do an Arcana check for me so that I can tell you everything it does?
Oh yeah. Second. Arcana is it's only a 7. I ain't got nothing.
You got no advantages left?
No, sadly not.
All right, so you find this glowing orb, and someone can throw some advantage this way. So you kind of find this glowing orb. It floats as soon as you pick it up. You feel that kind of weightlessness of it, and you let go of it, and it sort of hovers in space.
Oh, Baggy kind of realizing that it floats. She's gonna just sort of gently push one side and just see how far it would move on its own, literally the tiny touch.
Love it. Someone gave the opportunity to be able to give advantage, and instead gives me disadvantage. You know what, guys? Screw you all. I hate you all.
Do you know who that was, Joe?
Was that Mama Thorpe?
That was your mum, mate.
That's so good. Everyone is loving Mama Thorpe right now.
Yes.
I love you, Mum, so much.
Oh, Mama Thorpe for the best. So sorry, she's so sorry.
It is the best thing that's happened on this whole stream. This is fantastic.
No need to
So,
apologize.
what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to convert that disadvantage to an advantage for Baggy. And I'm going to ask you to roll that again with advantage.
Thank you. Thank you, Mama Thorpe.
It's going to be a nat one.
Oh!
Shit!
That would not be possible without Mama Thorpe. There we go.
Mama Thorpe.
Okay, so anything in green means that it is rolled as a natural 20, the highest number that can be rolled. And you rolled it with a 25, so well done. So you know everything about this particular globe. So it is called a drift globe. It's a small sphere of thick glass that weighs about a pound. If you're within 60 feet of it, you can speak the command word and cause it to emanate light or daylight spell. So there's two things it can do. The daylight spell can't be used again until the next dawn. You can speak another command word as an action and make the illuminated globe rise to the air and float no more than 5 feet off the ground. The globe hovers in this way until you or another creature grasps it. If you move more than 60 feet away from the hovering globe, it follows you. So it's within 60 feet of you. It takes the shortest route to do so, preventing from moving, the globe sinks gently to the ground and becomes inactive, and light winks out. So essentially, you've got this kind of like floating ball that you can use.
Cool.
I think the command word is Mama Thorpe.
Yes.
Great. Okay. So knowing all of that, Baggy just turns to Arba and, deadly serious, almost like a threat, just says, now, if we give you this down here, are you going to be able to actually look after it?
Yeah.
Fine.
I will.
Because of the nature of it, will it take its commands and stuff from Arba?
Yeah, it's whoever gives it to. Yeah, they give it, whoever is given it is given to. So essentially, it's Arba's if you give it to Arba.
Okay. And Baggy explains its uses about within 60 feet and how it's going to give light and how you just need to speak to it to command it in order to do so.
Oh, all right. Well, it's already lit up. Do I need to do anything else?
It'll follow you. I think you need to hold it first.
Okay.
And he tentatively kind of reaches out and grabs it.
And you grab hold of it, and it's sort of like glowing in your face. And he kind of looked like a child this first time they touched the plasma ball. Do you know what I mean? He like, as it like, as it kind of sprays out this light spell. So essentially, light spell is 20 foot of bright light and 20 feet of dim light. So you get like 40-foot reach essentially of light. So I'm hoping now, Arba, you should be able to see a bit more.
Yes, very much so. As he touches it, I'm going to say, for the sake of narrative, this is the first magic item that Arba has ever touched. And as he does, he thinks aloud to himself.
What a wonderful
he goes,
world.
he thinks,
These lot ain't that bad.
and as he does that, he accidentally casts message to Pups. And so Pups hears that.
What'd you say?
And
Me?
that comes back telepathically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
What?
What did you just say?
What did you just? Did it like something about us? What? Hang on. What is going on? Are you just insulted a skeleton to death?
No,
Now
I don't think that was me, mate. That was Oshi. She had the bow and arrow. I just called it a prick.
like I saw you shout and rant, and for the first time, it actually did something. Are you trying to? What is this funny business, Arba? Are you trying to get in our brains?
No, mate. What do you mean getting your brain?
Did
you hear what I thought?
Yeah, in my brain. Did anyone else just hear him say that?
What did I think?
Like, we're not that bad or something.
Fucking hell, mate. No. Are you magic, mate?
No, I am not.
Sorry, what are you two talking about?
And as he looks over to Baggy, he goes, "Can you hear this?" And he says in his head, he thinks it in his head, and he casts message again.
Yeah.
And he looks over to Oshi,
Do you think I'm a cunt?
and he thinks that message to her.
And Oshi totally ignores him and is wringing out her short hooded jacket again.
Right, well, it only seems to work on you two, I think.
Do you mind popping the spell up on the chat for us so we can see it?
Yep.
Lovely little spell.
Lovely
little spell.
So as you point your finger, I'm going to say that when he was holding onto the orb, one of his fingers was pointed at Pups. He then pointed at Baggy for saying, "Can you hear this?" And then he didn't point at Oshi for the last thing. So that's why she maybe didn't hear it.
Like, I don't know, maybe you can only do it sometimes in a day or something. Like, is that how it works, Baggy? I don't really know magic.
I don't know. Thank you for this light. I think we should crack on.
I would be careful though, Arba. You know, as soon as Baggy started showing some magic skills, she got turned into gold glitter and disappeared for weeks.
I'm not magic, mate.
Also, Pups, we can still make him disappear. Are you going to turn that thing off so no one else can see us, or have we got to just give ourselves away everywhere we go now?
Well, that's up to Arba to do so.
Hmm.
It only will listen to you now.
Well,
And you can see in Arbor's face that usually he's the one giving instructions, but this is a pained and possibly a lesson he's learned.
what do we all think I should do? Should I turn it off?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe for a bit. Like,
Right.
you know, you've got it. We can see what's ahead. Don't shine it at me and Oshi when we're trying to look for stuff.
All right.
And he just holds the ball. And he's been told the command word, and he's been confused about it. And he's
Mama Thorpe.
Kind of like, ooh. As somebody else gives me disadvantage.
Mark Shepherd's own session must have finished, and he's just popped back on to give you a little disadvantage and heading back to be a barbarian.
Yep. Fuck you, Mark. Okay.
Random act of Mark, even though I'm not listening. Listen. Nah, fuck you, Joe.
All right, okay. Something you can see, you can hear without listening. All righty.
Mark of Jefford.
But I think, Baggy, you're also holding on to these 4 like mottled deep blue gems as well, and 10 gold pieces. Just be aware that you've got those as well. I think Oshi, your eyes sort of glow up. Seeing
she keeps darting at Baggy, but she's too proud to say anything yet. She's thinking of a way to be like, she's going to give me them. What can she owe me them for?
Yeah.
Right then. North?
Right.
So you see there's an opening northwards.
We go and check it out?
Yes.
All right. I head over and look for anything untoward on the way down.
Yeah, sure. Alrighty, so let's do a perception check.
I think as I go past Boshi, just like very quietly, just be like, didn't he used to command people?
Ugh. Yeah, but the blades doesn't say much.
Jesus. And then carry on.
Joe, you're gonna have to put me into darkness again.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot because you've turned it off. All right, cool.
Are you still on the lead though?
He's got the right.
He puts the rope that he's now got tied around him. He's looking really dejected.
Dan feels really bad for Arbor. Pups does not.
Oh, that's even less light than I had before. Joe.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking Baggy's like, all right, I'll give you a bit more.
Baggy's little gem, Baggy's little thing that
Was it
she gave him.
5 feet, 0 feet? Okay, save settings. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. That humble, faint glow.
Humble darkness. Okay, cool. So you got going northwards. Pups, could you do a perception check, please?
Yeah.
Once you check for traps as you go.
Yeah.
Okay. You start walking forward, and there's a slight glint of dew that is hanging in the air.
Glint of dew.
As you see a wire across the floor.
All right. Is there any way of seeing? Do I see with that like where it goes to, or the mechanism, or anything like that?
So it goes up the wall, and it's holding the ceiling in place. As you see, there's some wood that's like crisscrossing the ceiling, and this wire is kind of leading upwards.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'll mark it on the wall as best I can, and sort of quietly call back like this. There's a little wire here. Just step over it because it's not going to be like the bridge.
Okay, so
Ceiling's gonna fall in.
Oshi, you look at it, and you're like, And you kind of put your hand into your rucksack and you pull out your thieves' tools. And you look at it and you're like, yeah, I could take that apart.
Yeah, baby.
So you just got some advantage from
Stuart.
Yes, Stuart.
So yeah, she's gonna start. Yeah, you look at it and you see if you can take this apart. So you're gonna use your thieves' tools. It's gonna be dex based on your thieves.
24.
24. Great.
Yes.
So you literally take your thieves' tools and you figure out a way of being able to hold the wire in place and snip it at the same time, so that it all kind of sticks and stays together as you disarm this trap. And this is sort of a new thing that you've figured out, that you've seen. And I think you've kind of noticed this because of going into like secret rooms and secret passageways of large manor houses. You understand how like certain mechanisms are beginning to work. And this is sort of something that you're like, cool. Yeah, I can deal with this. And you completely deal with it with absolute fucking skill and style, making it safe for everybody to kind of go through.
Nice. I'll carry on, and as I go past, say to Oshi, like, next time, I'm gonna show me how to do that.
And Oshi pretends she hasn't heard him like she did to Arbor.
She's already swinging a pair of pliers into her pocket. All right, cool. So, Pups, you kind of march your way forward, and you get to the end of the corridor, and you see that there's another bridge that goes northwards. And you also see that the pathway continues to go to the east.
Okay. I have a question about my so both with I've got not Outlander, City Secrets with my urchin background.
Can you
would I have an indication as to
the
where
direction
we are?
of where we possibly could be? All right, so let's do a survival check and see where you are.
Okay.
Because I don't think you spent much time in the sewers.
Yeah, it's
But-
more just a case of
Yeah, but I understand where you're coming from. So let's do a survival.
17.
Mate, hit with the 17s. So that that it's probably best to go eastward. Because you feel like you're possibly in the center of Blackstar Lane right now, like under the
Okay.
main road.
All right, then I'll gesture to the guys to come and head down.
Oh, she follows.
Do you want me to make another perception check for where we are?
No, I'm good. So you see that you've got this like river to the north, and you continue going eastwards. You see that the pathway itself continues on. I'm not sure if you can see this yet. Let me have a quick look.
I can see to about here.
Okay. Yeah, so you can see that the pathway continues going to the east, but it also has a little opening that goes to the south.
Okay. Yeah, I'll wait for the guys to.
Sorry.
Wait for the
You just
blind
saw
man.
Rob sneaking up. You didn't know which way to go.
Like literally holding the wall was like, don't go, guys. Where are you?
His little token was.
Forward a bit, Arba.
All right, thank you.
Oh.
Marco.
Arba.
Yeah, great. So you kind of like see that there's a corridor that kind of goes south, and the walkway continues east as well, down. And I think from there you just about see a set of stairs.
Yeah, well, set of stairs going south. Or set of stairs
Carrying on to the east over here.
Okay. Can I just have a quick look, right, like shoulder against the wall, look around this corner to see what's down south?
Yeah, sure, go for it. Let's do perception.
Natural
Yeah.
20. What is going on?
What is happening today?
I love it.
I've not even got any soft drinks left.
So, looking down south, you see there is a slight wisp of air, but you notice, more importantly, a couple of wisps of webs that seem to be like swinging in the breeze. As you kind of look down further, you can see that the webs begin to kind of coalesce and begin to thicken just a little bit as you kind of go down. Not enough to kind of impede you, but enough to kind of make you think about 8 legs and stuff.
Yeah. I just keep going. I'll call back to the group and say I think I know where we are. Like similar street to above. I think we've got to go this way and pointing east. Trust me, you don't want to go down there.
And
She's
then
following.
inside your head, you hear,
You hear this? What if I...
as Arbor behind is like,
And somebody
like
else.
stops, when he stops pointing, it's the message stops.
I think
He's
it's,
trying to
I
figure
think
out.
somebody else gets the second part of the,
Yeah,
of the sentence.
It's like trying to
All
tune a
I
radio.
hear is do this.
And I'm like, you do this. Just follow me. Carry on.
Sorry.
As you continue going to the east. So you make your way across and you see Pups a set of stairs.
Oh, I going the right way. Okay, yes, okay.
You see a set of stairs. Oh, sorry, I've gone too far.
I'm just expecting us to
There we go.
to come round the alleyway behind you, Joe.
Oh yeah, over
Little
here.
goblin. Yeah, just back there.
Joe.
Hiya.
That'd be mental.
With the microphone.
Oh my
And we're
word.
our characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even, that'd be,
Oh god, I think I've just given you a content idea, Dan, haven't I? Okay.
No.
Either that, you're going to come around the corner. There's going to be 4 turtles eating pizza, one or the other. All right, so you crack on down, and you kind of make your way. Oh, where you gone?
Yeah,
Oh,
I pressed once to the right and I just flew. So I'm not gonna look just in case I've been placed in somewhere strange.
I have no idea where you are.
Would you like me to have a? Oh, I'm like off the screen.
All right, I'm gonna drop
Found
you
a glitch.
a
Nice one.
new one.
This D&D game is brought to you by Bethesda.
There you go. So you're probably two of you, but I can't see where the other one's gone. So, so you kind of make your way down the little steps, and you come onto this kind of small platform.
Mm-hmm.
And there is, I think, with your passive perception, you see there's a small plaque in the middle of this opening over here.
Mm-hmm. Can I read it from here, or do I need to get closer?
You can't really read it. It's full of like gungeon shit, literal, like condom. So many condoms floating in the sewer.
Yeah, people are safe in Blackstar Lane. Good.
Oh, I hope there's a pull
Directly from Madame Vagine's, there's just a pipe.
yeah, just a constant. But I did just see from Daz, I hope there's a pull my finger joke using the skill at some point to send secret messages. It's so good. Okay, so you see you kind of come over to this like Gungefield plaque.
Okay. So knowing that there's condoms around, I know that we're nowhere near the kobold family. I'm gonna head to
nowhere near Agnes. That's all good.
And nowhere near Agnews. Can I check to see if there's anything like trappy around it?
With your perception you had from before, I'm going to allow it. And there doesn't seem to be any traps around here.
Okay, then I'll I'm intrigued. I want to know what it is. So I start to move the gunge and the gunk.
Okay, cool. So with an investigation check for me.
Yes, sir. I actually turn to everyone and go, does someone want to get their hands dirty with me?
Silence.
Was that Arba?
Yeah, he steps forward.
Okay, so
Rolls
Arba, because we haven't had anything from you for a while, let's do your investigation check from Arba.
Does he get advantage for me helping him? Or one of the three advantages that he has currently?
He could use his own advantage.
Don't have to.
Check that out.
This
Nat
is the
20
maddest
and a nat 1. This is so good.
Thank God we're not all drinking. Like, I would be shit-faced.
Oh
my God.
Am I the only one drinking?
Yeah,
Oh, guys. So silly. It's so silly. So what you see is a plaque and it says "fuck off." So yeah, so you see a plaque and it says Bevins is hammered. So it says DR 1456 for DR 1406. The masked lords of Waterdeep hereby open the sewers of the dock ward. And you see this is a commemorative plaque for the kind of engineering opening of the sewers of Waterdeep.
Lords of Waterdeep. Does that mean anything to you?
So you guys know very, very well that there are the masked lords of Waterdeep. Right. However, Pups, could you do and Oshi? Let's do Oshi. Do a history check on this with advantage.
Oh,
have I got an advantage to roll again?
No. No, that you know that the masked lords of Waterdeep are the kind of like the ruling party, the ruling heads of the city. But that's about it. I'm going to give one other person to give advantage on a history check. I'm going to probably suggest that it's Baggy because they probably got the highest intelligence of everybody else. So let's have a look.
20.
Oh my
get out.
word. Oshi, you just got an advantage a little bit late, but never mind. Baggy's also got an advantage. Well done. So I'm not sure who they come from, but yes.
So Oshi's is from Darren, and Baggy's is from Liam Fleming.
Oh, nice. So Baggy, you understand that certain families that are associated with the possible masked Lords of Waterdeep, knowing that they are secret, there are always just rumours. And the Cassalanters, there is a rumour of them being involved. But there's also the same way that your family, oh God, I'm so sorry. Say one more time.
Phelan's.
The Phelan's are also possibly masked Lords of Waterdeep. Nobody really knows who they actually are. But there is. But there is like a possibility that those are the two families that you're aware of that could be involved with being the masked Lords of Waterdeep. You also know from your history from before that about the idea that the Cassalanters used to be quite powerful and are now less powerful and then became more powerful again once the school was opened. You remember this from your times at the school. And it kind of brings you kind of fully into that memory of childhood, of seeing them. And you remember meeting them at that opening when you were all pushed to the back of the group. When I think it was Victorio and Amelia opened the school, the Cassalanter Institute for Unfortunate Children. But yeah, that's the whole reference point there. I think Arba, you also understand the whole politics of the situation. It doesn't have as much weight to you as the rest, but you know the concept of the Masked Lords of Waterdeep. And the corridor continues going to the east.
Is it masked, as in like wearing a mask?
Yeah, like secret.
Cool.
Math reference. Can you work out where you are? I think Pups is working out roughly where they are already, and kind of and knows if they continue going east, and possibly a little bit south. They will probably figure out where they are.
So Pups just sort of looks round, sort of sees everyone reflecting on the plaque, but not really saying anything. Just waits for a minute.
Yeah, I think for Pups, for you, it's got a slightly heavier thought.
Do I know? Do I?
Yeah, I think this is a sort of general. I mean, the only thing that would have come with Oshi is that you know the Lords of Waterdeep. You're not necessarily attaching them to the Cassalanters, but I think Pups, you know, the Lords of Waterdeep, you understand the kind of concept of rich families. And for you, it's slightly heavier. As you think of a spoon, a wooden spoon.
Should we move on?
Arfa used to say, used to joke before he died that he was one of the masked lords. Said he was the only one brave enough to take off the mask. Anyway.
Did you ever find out if he was?
No. No, he wouldn't have been. There's different levels of crime in this city. And there's those like the Blades who operate underneath the law. And then there are those that write their own laws so they can break them.
Yeah. Arfa, at least he had a code, eh?
I believe so. Not like Billy.
No.
Can you do a history check for me, Arba, with advantage?
Yep. 14.
Cool. So you remember what the code is? Again, you've sort of spoken to Oshi about the code, I think, before when you were at the docks.
Arfa believed, above all else, that the people of Blackstar Lane and the areas surrounding it needed to respect us. We didn't need to lead through fear. We needed to do what others weren't able to. And with that respect, the Blades were strong, and every member of Blackstar Lane was one of them. We watched each other's backs. We kept the Magisters away. We looked after each other. But things change, and leaders fall.
Leaders fall.
In case I don't get a chance to say it later on, thank you all. I know I haven't been the nicest. And even if you're only doing this for money, I am grateful for what you were sacrificing. I wanted a funeral for Tunk, you know. I tried. Maybe not hard enough.
Well, we can have one when Billy's dead and Alphonse is dragged through the streets.
Yeah. That's the spirit.
Should we go and get your mate then?
Yeah, I can't really lead the way, but yeah.
Pops.
Carry on, Dan.
Pops sort of like goes to, as has happened a couple of times in this, goes to just turn around and carry on, but sort of has just a real slight, I don't even know if anyone else would have seen it, but just has a slight moment of like, at least acknowledgement of Arbor.
Right. Does somebody want to make an insight check and see if they see it in Pups? And Dan, you set the number.
Okay.
I can do it. I'm the closest to you.
Okay.
Oh, nat one. I don't see anything. I don't even know if I recognise myself.
I mean,
You just don't understand acknowledgement.
You do have an advantage. You do have an
You
advantage.
do have advantage, yeah. You have advantage from Darren.
No, I'm going to save that advantage.
All right. So you don't really see anything as you guys continue on. As you get to kind of the bottom of this walkway, it's in a set of stairs, and you kind of go down, and then you get to the end of this corridor, and there is a like a big pool in front of you, and a iron or steel, no, it's a iron ladder that kind of goes forward. I'm going to say, as Mama Thorpe has said in the middle of this, a very poignant word, which is a new leader is born. As you see this kind of like this iron ladder going upwards towards a round hole at the top.
Does Pops think that this is the place?
I think you do. I think this is like, you think, yeah, this is going to come up into the basement, close to or round Mr. Follicles.
And do I, having worked there for a bit, will I've seen this, where this is likely to come out to?
I don't think you've been in the basement. I think Mr. Follicles has been particularly, I mean, he worked one shift there. And I think Mr. Follicles was particularly protective of the basement.
Cool.
You kind of had a feeling that the basement may not have been like technically his.
Okay. So I think we're here. but
Right.
we should be careful.
If I know Billy, then I'm imagining he's going to have somewhere between 4 to 6 other boys with him. They won't kill me on sight. So I suggest that I go first.
Do you suggest it's a good idea that you take a peace offering, a prize, something that they might be able to use? I'm good at disguising myself. And then at least there's 2 of us in the room.
Or maybe he's caught the 3 people that they're looking for.
That's a fucking good idea.
Sorry. Oh,
Darren.
sorry. It's just Darren. It's just too good.
What's he said?
Just check the map. Go on, Joe.
Just check the map. You've walked under Madame Virgine's silken purse, which explains all the condoms.
Very good.
Sorry, carry on.
Let me do the talking. This may come in useful.
And he points at Ashi.
Can you hear me?
He thinks in his head.
And she like rolls her eyes as if like, you're fucking, yeah, all right.
Can you hear me?
To Baggy.
Loud and clear.
Pups.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see if I can trick them. And when the moment arises, we fight like hell. If we can free Snug, he'll join us. You're going to have to trust that I don't turn on you.
We'll just kill you as well.
Fine. Well, then I'll go down willingly. You ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Now let's go.
So you climb up the ladder. Can I get a little stealth check from you, Robert?
Yes.
Come on.
21.
Nailed
yeah.
it. So you like that kind of like push, and you kind of come out. But you're not necessarily in the room that you expected to be in. As you come out into a room which is it's well lit.
Good.
There are 4 tables sort of out in the room, and you've got to climb out. There's 4 tables. On each of the tables, you see there are like glass boxes, and in each of the glass boxes, you see there is like hair and a blade. Can you do a perception check for me, please?
Yes.
I'll take
Ooh.
21.
Okay.
So you see there's a blade in each of the boxes. You notice these to be blades. You also see plastered around the walls newspaper clippings from about 25 years ago of killings in Blackstar Lane. Mainly of women. And this seems to be a collection of trophies from Blackstar Lane.
Is anyone else in the room, or are we alone for now?
You are on your own at the moment. There is a particular blade that you see with a handle that you recognize. And you know it to be Arfa's blades that are in this room. he had a particular style or signature that was on his blades, and all of these blades have Arfa's mark on them.
Does Arbor remember the killings within his lifetime and what the
They're
blade's
legendary.
position on it was?
There's a legendary thought, like you know these as a spout of killings that happened that were
Right.
mainly innocents, and you know that Arfa was the one who found the killer and stopped them. But this is something, you've walked into this kind of trophy room. You see that there's a doorway that leads out to the west as well.
Before the rest of the group, am I the only one in this room right now?
So far, yeah, you're the only one who's climbed up. You haven't told the rest of the guys that it's safe to come up yet, because you were very clear down and below what the plan was.
Arbor's going to point downwards to where whoever's below him is.
Just wait a moment.
And he's going to quietly, if you'll allow me to work off the 21 stealth earlier, he's going to quietly take all of the newspaper clippings if they are loose, and he's going to pocket them.
Yeah, I'm up for that. I'm okay with that.
I don't think he reckons he can move all the hair and the blades, but I think the newspaper clippings are the most important thing for him to take right now.
Yeah, you can take all those down.
Great. And then once he's done that, he'll then point to the area and say,
Okay, come up.
but he's internally processing all of this information, and his hero is starting to be painted in a much more clearer light. And so he's disturbed by this, but he's got to deal with this thing right now with Snug.
So the rest of you guys start climbing up,
Mm-hmm.
and you come out into the room that I described.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know.
Why is there hair everywhere?
It's sort of like these perfectly coiled like locks. It's very particular.
This is Follicle's basement.
What? And he keeps the ponytails he cuts off people
I don't know.
with a blade.
We don't have time to find the solution right now.
You lot are fucked up. You lot are fucked up. But Oshi stands down, waits for instructions.
Is it obvious to us who the blades belong to?
I think with your passive, yeah, like the blades are very celebratory about their particular daggers. It's public knowledge what a blade looks like. Yeah, these are blades.
But Arfa's.
Not necessarily Arfa's. You don't know that to be Arfa's. You know them to be blades.
Okay.
I think the nicks and the marks and the fingerprints and the way you scratch them, the way you mark them, that is very much an internal matter. That's something you wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like Arbor has a particular way of marking his blade
Right.
that you have no idea about.
Did you know about this, Arba?
Yes. Any fallen blades are kept somewhere with their blade and a locket of their hair. It's commemorative.
You all had bloody long hair.
Do you believe that, Oshi?
No.
Can I do a persuasion?
Can you do an insight first? Let's do an insight and a persuasion and see. Let's fight them.
Well, I'm deception, actually.
Deception, yeah.
Yeah, 7 from Oshi.
Oh,
13. Okay.
Can I use my advantage?
Yes, you can.
19.
You see straight through it that there's a lie.
Can I use my advantage?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Yeah! Get in.
Yeah.
So now I believe that it's like a commemorative thing.
Yeah, you see that it's a commemorative thing. Yeah, that he's telling the truth.
Well, you're still fucked up. This is this weird situation.
Well, I have to get moving.
So you see the door to your west.
Arbor will walk quietly towards the door and listen to on the other side.
Let's do a perception.
11.
So he's silent.
So you know, Rob, you've got one more advantage.
Thank you. Is there any other doors in here, or is that the only other door?
It's the only other door.
Okay. He's going to try and quietly open it.
Okay. I'm going to stealth it out.
Yep.
Yep.
13.
So you kind of like, you open the door silently and you come into this kind of corridor. Corridor only about 15 feet wide. There is a door that is at the end of the corridor, and there's a small like cutaway inside the middle of the door, and there seems to be light coming out of it. There's also a door that's about 5 feet down to the east of you, but that has no light coming out of it.
Arbor's going to go back to the group. He's going to take the rope that was used to pull him along, and he's going to ask everyone to put their hands out like this.
If they're to believe that I have brought you here as prisoners, they need to believe that I have carried you in a fitting manner. I will not tie these tight. It just needs to look good.
She's going to try and she's got a dagger in her pocket, and she's going to try and slip it up her sleeve before he ties these round, because she's thinking in case he doesn't untie them, she needs something to try and cut them off with.
Okay, so do a sleight of hand and see if you can hide it. Just
14.
I think it's high enough. Arbor, do you think that's high enough?
Yeah, sure.
What's your passive perception? 13?
Quite low. 11.
Yeah, cool. You slide it up. I think Pups is the only one who sees it.
Pups seeing it is going to attempt the same.
With what?
I've got a small knife.
All right, cool. Yep. Try it with sleight of hand.
19.
Oh, great. So you both kind of slip something up.
Baggy's just going to watch how he does the knot, exactly whether it's going to actually be a tight knot or not.
Having been given the name Arbor Killick and both of those things being knots, will you allow me to narratively have a sense of knot tying?
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
To make it look decent.
Yeah, you make it look good.
Cool.
I'm going to need you to look a bit more beaten up than that. A bit more dejected. A bit more of how I looked with the Crocs earlier.
And you look it over, and there is Pups who's looking pretty terrible. Gabby is Oshi is completely covered
in shit. This is the worst she's ever looked.
And Baggy is still like in what I would say travel, like has not been able to wash, stop, change anything. Look pretty rough.
Actually, I think you look fine.
Thank you for that helpful feedback, Arbor.
Yeah, you look a friggin' delight too.
I'll feel it.
And so with that, Arbor's going to take the rope and he's going to be pulling them along behind him.
And which door do you go to?
So you said there is a door at the very end with a little hatch with light coming through.
Yep.
And then there is a door to
the west, which has no light coming through it.
As he's walking down the corridor, he's going to listen for any sounds.
Okay, another perception, please.
Okay. 18.
Oh.
Nothing from either door.
No sounds at all whatsoever. Actually, no, you hear a slight drip
From
at the door with the light.
Does it look like there's light underneath the other door? Can I see any like light?
Yeah, so you imagine like that door at the edge with the
Mhm.
hatch in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's light
Loads
coming.
of light around that one.
Yeah, it's coming from the other side.
But the other one,
Pitch black.
pitch black. He's going to go for that door first.
Pitch black. Or the light
Inside.
one. Which one?
The pitch black.
Okay, so you go to the pitch black room. You push the door open, and there is, you can't see anything.
He's going to take out his little orb.
Ma, Bob.
And you see that there is a shadow of, you see boxes. Loads of boxes.
But no sign of any person or anything in there.
No, just boxes.
Okay. I'm going to think it's Arbor and not Rob. Without seeing Snug, he's going to then turn towards the door with the light.
So you kind of open the door with the light and you all kind of go in. What you see is a dragonborn sat on a chair. His back is towards the door. And he's sat upright.
Anyone else in the room?
Do a perception check. There's nobody else in the room.
Fuck it.
You
No, I'm
walk
going
in,
to save that.
You walk in, and as you come round the side to see the front of Snug, your foot goes click as you put your foot down, and you notice the cut across the throat of Snug and the Chelsea smile that's been put across his face as the door shuts and locks. And you hear a face come up to the shutter. Oh, but I knew if I just held him long enough, you would come. As you see the smile of Billy through the holes. As we fade to black.
Oh. Oh.
I knew it was coming as well.
Oh.
Well done.
Well done,
Wow.
guys.
Great.
Well done.
episode.
That was amazing.
So good.
Well done, everybody.
Yeah.
I know we went over a little bit, and I'm really happy that we ran over a little bit because that was quite tense. My bumhole was doing this the whole time. So, all on that three, man. All on that three. Literally all on that three. You would have seen that trap if you would have re-rolled it. I'm going to just say it.
Better for narrative, though.
Better for narrative. Much better for narrative. All right, so we're going to start next week as you trapped by Billy underneath Mr. Follicles. You know what's worse? It'd be interesting to see what's in that other room. So, hope you come and join us next week. I think is there anything that anybody wants to say here before we go? And like, Arba, how do you feel?
Awful. Yeah,
Right, okay.
terrible.
Good. I think I want to say a massive thank you to everybody on the chat. I think you guys were absolutely amazing today.
Played such a good part. Yes.
So good. Thank
We
you so
salute
much.
you.
It's literally what they say, the 12th man. And I think, yeah, you guys definitely were tonight. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, so if you want to, please do subscribe. I say it, all the clubs. Do subscribe, do follow, keep joining us. I think Dan has a little announcement for us before we start.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I've been literally holding this in the whole time. Really, really excited to say that we have partnered with Teespring, and we're only giving you merch. We've got merch. merch. We've got t-shirts. We've got hoodies. We've got what else have we got? We've got
Face
I'm so
masks.
excited.
Face masks.
We've got face masks and we've got baby clothes, which which all have Cassalanter Institute for Unfortunate Children written all over them. We've got loads of different colours, all the different sizes, and we haven't launched this live yet. I'm going to drop a link into the chat now that's just for you guys. We're going to keep it just private, just for you guys for a little time. I'm going to drop this in now. I'm so excited. I've literally been like bugging these guys all week, being like, I've done the merch thing. When can we talk about the merch thing? When can we do the merch thing? But yeah, everyone was there was such a good response last time that it was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's put the good word of the Cassalanter Institute for Unfortunate Children out. And as always, everything that comes from the merch sales goes towards upgrading the stream. Also means we can pay the artists involved. We can pay Zoe. And yeah, I really hope you enjoy them as much as we enjoyed putting it all together.
Exactly.
Oh,
Thank you, Dad. Much appreciated. So go there, get that Cassalanter's School for Unfortunate Children's baby wear, which is my favourite. Like, it's my absolute favourite. But I really hope that you've enjoyed this evening. I've had a lot of fun. These guys have had a lot of fun, and I hope you've had a lot of fun. So as usual, keep playing games, keep playing role-playing games, and of course, play and be safe.
Big love.
Big love. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.